So I've been reviewing headsets for about 4 years now, and I've reviewed a bunch of different headsets from multiple different companies. And at this point, and it may sound obvious, but the number one thing I'm pickiest about is the microphone quality in two ways. So one, how good is it at blocking out ambient noise? But two, how good does my voice sound? Because there's a lot of headsets that make a compromise on either or, which I understand is a hard thing to do, especially if you're in a loud coffee shop. But some may block out ambient noise really well, but your voice sounds really nasally or it sounds like a computer, it sounds robotic. And then there's some headsets I sound really good in. My voice sounds rich. I love the side tone, which is the self voice pickup, but it won't block out any ambient noise at all. I gotta say, the Tilde Evo headset is a happy medium for both of those. The microphone, as you'll hear in this review, is unbelievable. But of course, with the microphone test, you'll be able to hear for yourself. And Headset Advisor did provide this for a review. I will have the link in the description below. Not a paid review, but I gotta say, these guys have supported me multiple times. Please, if you want to buy a pair of these, get it from Headset Advisor. I'll have the link in the description below, and let's get into the review. And what we'll start out with is this headset is the successor to the Tilde Pro. This headset came out about 3 years ago. At this point, it doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, to get it. I mean, besides the obvious design change and how much better this fits comfort-wise, I mean, it was cool that this had a detachable boom arm, but it's really not that significant at this point. It was cool at the time, but the design of this headset is much better. It has all the controls you need: volume up, volume down, play, pause, skipping tracks. You have a dedicated noise canceling, ambient, and turning it off cycling mode button, dedicated power button, USB-C charging. Now, it is Bluetooth 5.4 on the Bluetooth connectivity, but what I gotta say about the charging is 90 minutes gets you 6 hours. Interesting thing about battery life though is on the website itself, there's no like time limit on what they suggest the battery life would be as a guarantee or projected amount for ANC on or ANC off. It just says you're going to get this many hours with a 90-minute charge. So in my testing, just to mention this, now that I'm talking about the battery life, I've been able to use this headset for nearly 8 hours before it died with ANC on, probably at about 40% volume level consistently. So, and that's having calls in between. Even though on the website, which I think is weird, they don't have a dedicated, hey, here's what we project the battery life will be, it's still good enough for a full day's use technically, but still, it would have been nice if they gave an exact amount. Other than that, I like how you can attach the ear cups in case you need to replace them if they get damaged over time or anything like that, or if you just want to switch them to the on-ear model and go back and forth. This model base price is $349, and again, for that price, for performance alone, I believe it's 100% worth it. Another thing about the design is it reminds me of the Voyager series, especially the Voyager 2 that came out from Poly/Plantronics. And comfort is unbelievable with this headset. I mean, even if I put it on my head right now, I've been able to wear this headset for 3 to 4 hours straight without any discomfort. Not even heat coming in through the ear cups. Now, that may sound hard to believe, but it's just my experience. And that's working at home, that's working inside of coffee shops. I had no problem wearing it that long before I needed a break. So after saying all that with the design of this headset, let's go ahead and get into a microphone test. All right, so what you're hearing is the microphone in a quiet office, and it's not my lavalier mic. This would be to pick up the ambient noise because it picks up audio really good. But one thing about the side tone is the side tone is a little artificial sounding. It doesn't sound as rich as other companies make their headsets, but it's not that bad at all. I just wish I can adjust the volume. So what I'll do next is a keyboard test. I'll have it on my desk right here, but first I'm just going to type really loud close to the mic. I know it's a little dramatic, but some people really do type like that. So let me even put it on the desk. All right, typing, typing. It's probably a little too much, but still, you never know. All right, so we got the keyboard test out of the way. I'm going to be playing audio coffee shop ambient noise from this speaker. and it's at 90 decibels. So it still might be loud even with the headset. So let's go ahead and play it. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's loud. Oh my goodness. That's even loud with this. I'm gonna have to turn it down just a tad. Okay, so this is what it sounds like with the headset. And I'll be quiet, I'll talk off and on. I've been in coffee shops this loud before, no joke. And I'm like, thank goodness for a good headset. I'll be quiet again. And for those of you that have children, I don't have children, but let's go ahead and do a baby crying test. Yeah, that's pretty loud. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Test ABC. All right, and now let's do dogs barking because I know a lot of people have pets when they work from home and whatnot. So, or it may just be at a coffee shop and the dog's barking. So let's go ahead and play that. You're hearing that on the lav mic. Now let's switch it to the headset. Microphone test 1 2 3. I'm trying to get them sales, trying to get those deals closed. Test 1 2 3. Ooh, that's a more high pitched dog barking. Ooh, that one's really loud. But we're doing an extreme test here. And I think that should be good enough because it's even loud for me. I have the speaker so loud. And I'm glad it was on the same side that the microphone is on. Another thing too is testing out the gooseneck ability of the headset to see if it cancels out my voice as I move it away. So talking, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Obviously, the closer you have it to your mouth at the angle of your lips, the better for voice pickup. And then we'll also do the flip to mute test to see how good that does. There is a dedicated button I'll press right now. Test 1 2 3 again. Now we're back. I'm doing that so you can hear how it sounds if you're on a call and you got to push the button if it picks up your finger noise. You know, gosh, that sounded weird. And then that was flipping it to mute. So hopefully this helped. All right, so this is a microphone test of the Tilde headset in a pretty loud coffee shop. I mean, I was testing the decibels just now, hitting 90, which is, and I'm talking at a normal volume too. So I'll kind of be quiet to see if any of the ambient noise will come through. I was thinking there was going to be a lot more commotion, but this is, I just really want to make sure the microphone is tested. And so let's see what it sounds like if you only use your MacBook. So this is using Descript again, using the MacBook Pro microphone on this computer, and I'm realizing how loud it really was. But with the headset, you have the ANC, and with how good the microphone side tone is, it's hard to tell how loud the ambient environment is. So that's going to be the difference in how well the microphone cancels out background noise. I actually forgot to mention this when it comes to design, is I really like when you put it over your neck, you can have the ear cups facing in or you can have them facing out. Now, it's up to your preference, but I honestly like them facing out because sometimes it just feels good to go like this. It feels a little bit better if I'm looking down on my phone or something. I mean, it's really up to you. But the next thing I want to talk about is the audio quality. So out of all the music genres I listen to, all the different bands, I mean, I was recently listening to Queen, Tool, I was listening to hip hop, especially with Big Sean's new album. Man, I listen to Stain. There's all kinds of different bands I listen to. I'm thinking about, I've been listening to a lot of classical music. I was listening to a ton of the Charlie Brown, gosh, I want to show a screenshot, the Christmas soundtrack from Vince. Oh gosh, I forgot his last name. I just had a brain fart. That album's incredible, by the way. But in other words, I've been listening to everything. What I can say about the sound quality is, yes, there's good bass, good mids, and good highs. But the bass is the thing that's the least pronounced in the music quality, if that makes sense. But there's so much clarity. There's no EQ setting as far as the current update for adjusting the sound I've been able to use. I don't know what's going on with the software. The dongle is connecting properly, obviously, but I just haven't been able to see much use of the software. I mean, as you can see right here, there's really nothing to review other than it saying you got a connection. But music quality, in other words, at the end of the day, is incredible with this headset for podcasts, tons of music genres, and I haven't had a problem at all. This may sound crazy to say, but you are getting $349 worth of active noise canceling, and that even goes to say comparing it with other products from other companies. It does better than Jabra products across the board for active noise canceling. Every Jabra product I've used, and I love Jabra products, their active noise canceling doesn't even come close to this headset. And I hate to say that because I do love their products. The Evolve 2 65 Flex is the only one that has been a headset with really good ANC. Otherwise, the rest, it just doesn't do that much, barely anything. Even with Logitech, the Logitech Zone Wireless 2 is a really close competitor, but the microphone sounds better with this headset, in my opinion. And you can search my channel. Maybe I'll have the link with the microphone test below. God, I got a lot of comparisons to do with this dang headset. Now, another thing too is I haven't been able to use this headset with a wired connection. I thought I was going to be able to, but I tried it with the headset on and with it off. And in making sure it's not connected via Bluetooth or with the dongle, and I just didn't have any luck. So hopefully that's in the cards in the future, where if you're running on low battery, you can at least do that. The lacklusterness, if that's even a word, of the software. I want to see more features in the software. Adjusting side tone, adjusting the audio and the EQ. And that can come pretty soon, which I'll do an update on. But it just didn't happen for me in my experience with the updated software. So anyhow, everything else about it is totally worth the money. Best performance headset I've used as a wireless headset. Thank you again to Headset Advisor for providing this for a review. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Much more content to come in 2025. And I hope you guys are enjoying your year so far. I'll see you on the next one.